Throughout the history of humankind, we've seen events, changes of the times, and even revolutions where the people who created such a circumstance left a mark on the world. We mostly know the beginning and the outcomes of those events. We also know why it began that way and also how it resulted. But do we actually know how it got started? What was the process? Who was the person who acted on the idea or problem and made it kick off the way it was? Zwele, my name is Fra, and we are going to discover exactly why I've put the title of the video, Leadership Starts With You. These people could have been anyone, and anyone could have been these people. But coming to that realization, I believe that anyone can become a leader. Yes, even you. All it just takes is purpose or vision, which could be basically your goal or something that you want to achieve, or an imagination of a future that you would like to see in the world. And that could be considered as your vision or your purpose. And when you apply that with the principles of leadership, then you actually create influence, thus creating a following. So, what is your vision? In essence, you can be able to create a vision out of something that you're passionate about, or even something that you're really frustrated about, something that concerns you, or something that irritates you and you really want to change it because you can't tolerate it anymore. And when you find it, it can be considered as your vision. Your vision, generally as a thumb of rule, has to involve you serving other people, or in this case, giving people meaning when they follow you. So we're going to take an example, a thought exercise, if you will, on you being an outgoing person, but on the streets you find litter all over the place. Every morning when you leave home, you find litter all over your street. It's everywhere. And when you come back from your activities, you find the same amount of litter, either at the same position or even more litter adding upon it. I'm pretty sure you can imagine that it must be very irritating. And more importantly, it will make you quite angry because nobody's doing anything about it. So you decided to pick up the litter around you, around your street, and once you've done all of that litter in the bin, hopefully you're thinking it will be the last of it that you'll see. But deep down in your mind, you know that it isn't the case. And the next morning, just as you know it, you're right, because the same amount of litter is still on your street. Plus, there's more litter, new kinds of litter on your street. Now, about this example about litter, or in this case, rubbish or trash, as we call it nowadays, it's pretty much not a big deal for some people. But in this example, in your case, you get pretty irritated when nobody's doing anything about it. And you got to spend time and your effort in order to clean up because you want your street to be presentable looking. Just to add some admirable qualities to your character in this example. So, as you decide to start picking up litter routinely in this example, you set up a time, basically 5 minutes of your day as you come back from home to pick up litter on your street. Sure, there are times when you don't do it, nevertheless, it starts to become a habit. A few weeks, people start noticing your activities and picking up litter or trash on your street every 5 minutes when you come back home. Then, months down the line, you find two people helping you out picking up litter on your streets, and not just your street, but also their streets as well, or their part of the neighborhood. Before you know it, you actually got the entire neighborhood following your lead. Now, it's a little unrealistic and quite unusual, but in many instances, this flow of things happens when you start something. And when you are consistent at it, People start noticing you in action and follow your lead, all because you saw something that you know can become and you start working at it. So let's go to some of the qualities and growth aspects of this topic. The qualities are pretty much generic. So to mention three in this case: vision, being motivated or driven, and determination. Qualities in leadership are like seeds or the human body. They need to grow. And you obviously need the right material and environment to flourish in your development. So, whatever vision you have, you must always have a manageable plan. Very obvious in this case. You always need steps for your vision to become real. Just like our litter example, you need time and methods allocated for your plan to be executed. Being motivated or driven is an emotional quality, to my understanding. It's a great feeling that makes you get the job done faster. However, you can't get that same feeling every single day, realistically speaking. I believe to stay motivated is to be consistent in what you're doing. That means working despite the feeling of the moment and grabbing a point from planning, setting a goal and seeing the achievements or the fruits of your labor keeps you driven in what you're doing. Finally, determination requires commitment in your growth. If you want to see your vision through, you got to be patient to stay on the course and brave enough to go through the changes as time continue on ever forward. Simply put, not giving up. So, is this video going to help you now? My answer is no. It's definitely not going to help you now. But I would like you to watch this video again when you get the chance. It is really important to remind yourself on what you've learned. And it's also a good way to review on how much you've actually grown. So in this case, if you agree on this topic or believe that it is interesting, then share this video with a leader that you know or a person who has the potential to become one. Thank you for watching this video, and I'll see you next time.